In 2013, the film Pacific Rim came out, and there was one story in particular about this film that kept circulating across the internet. The director Guillermo del Toro had hired a Japanese child actress to be in this Hollywood film, and she had a few problems pronouncing his name, so she called him Totoro-san. That actress's name is Mana Ashida, and she bears a lot of similarities to the Oshi no Ko character, Kana Arima. We are introduced to Kana in the first episode of Oshi no Ko, and even though she's been in the industry a very long time, she is a child actress. Kana was well known for being able to cry on command, and we see that in the first episode of Oshi no Ko. She's able to do this, and that is what made her such a famous and well-known actress. Kana quickly learns in this episode that she's gotten a big head because of all the fame that she has received. Being able to cry on command, especially as a child and a child actress, is pretty important, and a lot of directors and producers kind of look for that in a child actress. Kana is able to do this, and she ended up with a lot of fame which went to her head. We then meet Kana again as a teenager at school. She's involved in a Japanese drama which came from a manga, which is a bit different from previous works that she used to do, which were a lot more serious. The other actors in this aren't as good as she is, so she has to kind of tone down her acting to be on the same level as everybody else. She's continuously getting praise for what she achieved as a child actress, and this continues on past the episodes that we have already seen of the anime. I'm still going to try and keep this as spoiler free as possible, but this is kind of an important part to her character. Kana has struggled with being a child actress and trying to reproduce that fame as she grows up. This is something we already see in the anime, and it's more prevalent in the manga as well. We find out that she actually tried to have a sort of singing career in some sort of capacity, which is quite interesting. A lot of very children-ish songs, and she tried to use that to her advantage but ended up stopping and not making that kind of music anymore. This is something that is very much showcased in the manga and is a crucial part to her character as well, especially being part of this idol group. Another aspect of her character, which we won't see in the anime until a lot further on, is that her mother is one of the main reasons why she is an actress. This, of course, happens with a lot of young child actors, and we do see this with Kana. Kana's mother pushes her to take on more roles that it kind of leads to a bit of a depressive slump in her personal well-being. Whenever she was unable to book a job, it really took a toll on Kana because of the way that her mother acts in the manga. We find out that her mother also uses this to her own advantage and tries to create connections herself with all of these famous people, directors, producers, and whatnot. I won't dive too deep into that because then we're going way into spoiler territory, but that's a little bit of what happens next in the manga with Kana. She does have a real-life counterpart, much like Ai Hoshino and Akane Kurokawa. Mana Ashida is a well-known child actress within Japan, although she doesn't have as much fame anymore. But when she was a child, she was quite well known. This sounds pretty similar to Kana's story, but it's not only that. Mana was well known for being able to cry on cue, much like Kana. This was what made her an incredibly popular actress among audiences and within the industry. She got her big break in a Japanese TV series where she did cry on cue, and as I've said, it's what she became well known for. This young actress featured in a lot of different advertisements and in a fair few different Japanese series. At a very young age, she was also cast in Pacific Rim. This Japanese child actor was good enough and known enough to be cast in a Hollywood feature film. So you definitely know that her name carried a little bit of weight and that she was a child prodigy in acting. So not only was this child star in Pacific Rim and a variety of other well-known Japanese TV series showcasing her acting and her ability to cry on cue, she was one of the youngest people to be featured on Vogue Japan. Now, I don't think I've ever actually seen another child on the cover of Vogue, but Mana was definitely one of them. I believe she was about 8 or 9 when she was on the cover, which is an incredibly big feat considering that most of the people that are on the cover of Vogue are either models or well-known actors.
This really just showcases how popular Mana was as a child actor.
During her career, she also did a variety of children's songs and other sorts of singing parts and albums as well. Very similar to Kana, which we will see very soon within the anime and we've seen in the manga. She kind of became well known for one particular child song as well, but it was a small portion of her large career as a child actor. As Mana was growing up, she ended up getting a role in a Japanese drama very similar to what Kana has gotten in Oshi no Ko.
She played a 17-year-old in a slice of life film, which was kind of drama-ish, kind of slice of life. This slice of life movie was a live action of the manga BL Metamorphosis.
Now, this is where we start getting into more spoiler territory. See, there are rumors about Mana's mother. At the age of 3, her mother thought it would be good to put her in the entertainment industry. And usually when parents do that, it's because they have their own motivations. Her mother thought that it would be a lot of fun and it would be really interesting to see what the entertainment industry is like. There are a lot of rumors surrounding this as well, considering that she took on a lot of work while she was a child and even when she was a teenager. There are stories about her mother pulling her out of classes, making Mana fail a lot of her exams and a lot of her classes because she wanted her to continue pursuing jobs in the acting and entertainment industry. It is rumored that her mother actually used these job opportunities to try and create personal connections with a lot of these actors, producers and directors for her own personal gain. And if you think about Pacific Rim being a Hollywood film and having this young actress be there with her mother, I'm sure she would have talked to a lot of famous people and a lot of well-known people within the industry. But this personal motivation is apparently what has led to the downfall of Mana's career. Not saying that her career is over or it's gone, she's still very young, she's 18 years old, she's an adult now and she can kind of choose what direction she wants her career to go in, whether she wants to continue acting, dive more into singing or do something completely different or even just go to college or university. But the story is that her mother trying to push these different relationships with different producers, actors, directors, entertainment industry people is part of the reason why she didn't end up getting as many jobs as she grew up. This story is almost exactly the same as Kana's story, especially when you delve into the family aspect about their mothers and about the way their mothers managed their careers. Now, a lot of this story is actually speculation because there is no way to 100% confirm some of these stories.
Whether or not these rumors are true or whether or not you believe that they are true, they are quite often discussed in various articles relating to Mana's popularity. As her career transitioned from child actor to teen actor, there were a lot of articles stating that audiences would rather see someone else than the same young actress all the time, which is perhaps how these rumors came to be. Many said they found it frustrating that she was constantly in these films and shows rather than in school, and felt she lacked education because of this. These statements meant that less people were watching her as she started growing up, which led to a decline in her popularity and in the amount of work she was getting. This is quite a similar story to Kana as well, and even though this is all speculation as I've stated, these articles, whether they are from blogs or tweets or articles just discussing entertainment, they can really have an effect on someone's popularity and how others view them.
But those rumors are there, and it looks like Oshi no Ko has taken liberties with those rumors in order to kind of create a very similar character. Mana Ashida is a child actress from Japan who reached Hollywood, so her name is well known in the same way that Kana's name is well known within Oshi no Ko. I could create a in-depth video on every aspect between these two stories that line up because there are a lot.
Their appearances, their hair being the same length, the same sort of style, the hats that both of them wear, wearing these little berets or little hats, especially when Mana was a child. The fact that Mana starred in a film called Hoshi no Ko, and this is called Oshi no Ko. There are just so many similarities.
But I tried to keep this video with as little spoilers as possible in order to showcase both stories and their similarities without spoiling too much for anime only watchers. Let me know down below what you think of this particular story of Mana Ashida and Kana Arima and their similarities. If you like these type of Oshi no Ko videos, then don't forget to give this one a thumbs up. And if you would like to see more anime related content, then don't forget to subscribe. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.